This is really awesome to say, but I'm in a room in Brighton with Ralph from Enter Shikari. This is just incredible.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming down.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have been going like for a very long time now, over a decade as Enter Shikari. Did you think when Sorry You're Not a Winner first came out that you would be still here in like 10, 12 years' time? Because so many bands have fallen off the face of the earth.
Yeah, we've watched bands that I think are much more talented than we are. Maybe even more creative, just, fall by the wayside and throughout our whole career. So I think there's a lot of luck involved. Like, in general, successful people, well, however you define success, but let's not get into that. It's a long philosophical pathway. But like, those types of people normally play down the part that luck plays. And I think it plays a very big part. But yeah, I don't know. I think we're so focused and we're willing to put, every ounce of effort into everything we do. So I think that obviously helps.
Yeah. So obviously we're here on your tour. How's it been going so far?
It's been going good. Yeah, this is the 5th show. Just had was it a day off yesterday? No, we did Manchester yesterday. So it was a day off before that, and it's a day off tomorrow. So this is sort of the middle of the tour. Kind of, everything's settled now, and we're into
the groove.
Yeah, so it's going really well.
So this is in support of The Spark, which is just an incredible album. Like when I first listened to it for the first time, I just went, "This is mind-meltingly good."
Thank you.
You are, I think, one of the very few bands that are just really not afraid to push yourselves. Like, if you look back through every single album you've released, I think you've pushed yourself on the boundaries of what you can achieve every single time. Yeah. More than what a lot of bands do. What kind of drives you to do that? Because if you look, take the sites and compare it to, say something like "Sorry You're Not a Winner," they are vastly different, but also there is that consistency of your sound as well. So what do you think is the main motive or, your main structure behind that?
I'm not really sure. It's hard for me to explain because it's so innate and so normal to what we do. For me, if I was, told that I had to write basically the same album over and over again, I'd just be so bored. It wouldn't be honest. It wouldn't be genuine, like, emotion and music and an outpouring of one's soul. Like, so for us, it's just what we do. Like, I'm quite fidgety as a person, like creatively. So I just like to know that I'm always pushing myself and we're always progressing as a band. Like, a lot of our musical heroes as well have, it's the progressive nature that we really respect and we're inspired by, whether it's going way back to like David Bowie or like Radiohead. So I think it's just something that's really important to us.
Especially those two artists you just mentioned are two artists that have definitely pushed the envelope on what they can achieve in their own aspects as well. So, like I said, we're here for the album The Spark. What was the main kind of concept behind that? Because it seems very, just like, listen to the sites, everything is very, the space, the whole universe. Was that kind of like the writing point, the focus of the album, or is just everything at once in?
Yeah, this was a difficult album to sort of make, one overriding theme or context for it all, because there was just so much going on. Like, started writing it in 2015, and that was what I've sort of dubbed as my year of hell. Like, personally, it was just horrible. And that was about the time that Brexit was happening, Trump was happening, and there was just all this shit going on, and so it was very difficult to work out how I was going to put this into art and create something that was interesting and an interesting perspective. Because I think it's easy to go, everyone sort of expected us to make a fuck Trump, political statement album, and we need a lot of that, of course, but we've kind of done that. Like, not specifically to him, but that's stuff that we've been making. So I wanted to sort of take a step back and see what interesting perspective I could offer. And I think it wasn't until I sort of started to marry what was going on in my personal life to the political. So this album, I think, really is all about being unafraid to show vulnerability, like human vulnerability, because, as a species, we are quite vulnerable. And I think the reason why we have people like Donald Trump, for instance, is in the world is because he has been told to to not show his vulnerabilities, to keep his emotions in, and he's only really allowed to show anger. It's that man up mentality, and that's dangerous. That just creates someone who's just full of pride and full of anger, and that's a big reason why the world is so fucked up. So I wanted to make an album that was just unafraid and just like doing our little bit to try and swing that balance.
You saw this earlier when we were getting ready. We have some chocolate up for grabs because I always like to play a game. So I have to have a prize because otherwise it's not a game, it's just me taunting people, which is a little bit unfair. The game is called, these are your songs, surely you know them, which is the worst title.
Well, I just proved that I didn't.
So we'll see how this pans out. Basically what I've done is I've tried to create a paragraph using your song titles and put them into some sort of cohesive way, but it never comes out that way. And then you just have to work out the number of your own songs that are in this.
Okay.
Simple?
All right, sure.
All right. All you got to do is count up when you hear your song titles.
Okay.
So
if it's a title, that'll be fine.
Yeah. I think it's time we live outside, as I feel I've lost the rat race, and I will not get no sleep tonight. The sights make me feel that warm smiles do not make you welcome here. Anything can happen in the next half an hour, so I'm going to take my country back after this red shift and juggernauts have passed. The flash flood of colour makes me believe that I won't be saying when this is done that sorry, you're not a winner.
11?
Oh no!
What?
You got the red herring. Because there's 10 tracks and one album title.
Bloody hell.
But I think that's deserving of the win. I mean,
Thank you, mate.
I was going to give them to you anyway, because otherwise I'm just going to sit there and eat them myself. And I don't need that.
Awesome. Cheers. That'll be a bit of energy before the show.
Yeah. So like I said, we're here, we're on tour. You said you're halfway through. What's next for you guys? 'Cause I'm guessing you've got more cycles planned for states, maybe around Europe, and then obviously festivals next year, maybe?
Yeah, all of the above. America in January, February, Australia after that. European festival circuit, which I can't wait for. That's my favourite thing about this job, doing festivals all around Europe. Yeah, it's going to be a silly, busy.
So that's 2018 mapped out.
Yeah,
already. But then it's quite incredible that you can live. You can't.
It's scary, man. Yeah, there's even like just starting to talk about. So what we're going to do early 2019? It's like, oh my god, no.
Wow. I mean, I don't even know what I'm doing next week half the time.
Yeah, well, neither do I either. Like, it all just goes in one ear and out the other.
Right, because I had to endure when I was having my dinner Christmas songs. On a really random note, when is it acceptable to play Christmas music?
Oh, this is actually an ongoing discussion with our crew at the moment, because we've kind of already redubbed this tour the Christmas Market Tour, because we've been to 4 Christmas markets. We've only been to 5 cities, so that's pretty good going already.
That's a high average.
But then you think, Leah, what are we now? What's the date? 22nd of November. See, I always thought you kind of have to wait till December starts to do that business, but that's what I would have normally said. But then I've been frequenting Christmas markets, so I love Christmas. So I actually recently found out that you can drink that mulled wine is a traditional drink for bonfire night and Guy Fawkes and all that. I didn't know that. So that's a whole extra month I could be drinking mulled wine every year of my life. I've been missing out like a mug.
Right.
So, yeah.
I'm really looking forward to tonight, because I've never seen you guys live. Like, all the times you've played Portsmouth loads, and I've missed you, and Southampton. I've missed you every time. So tonight I'm really looking forward to it.
Wicked. Yeah, it's going to be fun, man.
And thank you very much for your time as well.
All good.
It's been
Thanks
awesome.
for coming.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.